Hey guys, how are you? My name's Roy. This is Relentless Roy's Intuitive Tarot. Happy you guys decided to show up. Grateful to be here. So, I'm here. Want to do an intuitive tarot card read for you guys. See what's going on in the energy, what we need to know. Got my coffee here. It's kind of cold, so I got cold coffee, unfortunately, guys. So we'll just have to make do for now. Again, my name's Roy. This is Relentless Roy's Intuitive Tarot. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, Archangels, Ascended Masters, Ancestors, past on loved ones of peace, love, and light, God, Jesus Christ, and Spirit, the Holy Spirit. If you guys care to join me today in this intuitive tarot card read, please make yourselves known and help us, guide us with this message. I know not all of us are tapped in with spirit, so I am blessed to be here and to work with spirit. So, spirit, please, if you may, help me with this tarot card read. Can you please give me the who, what, when, where, how, and why, the ups, the downs, the lefts, the rights, the good, the bad, the ugly, please and thank you. As above, so below, as within, so without. Please come through, spirit. How's everybody doing? Good, I hope? Yeah, me too. Ditto, right? Okay, we got King of Swords in reverse. First card off the rip. Okay, air sign. With the Knight of Swords in reverse, this is like a tyrant. This is like a... Makes me think of like a police officer, right? Who's corrupt. Or somebody's pride or ego is just like out of control, right? Knight of Swords. That's Aquarius, right? Think of somebody with some type of authority that has gone like rogue and is out for blood or something, right? Like they've made up their mind that, oh, like if I go and arrest, or if I go destroy this person, I'm in the right. I have authority to do so, and I will do so. You know what I mean? Something like that, right? King of Swords in reverse is not good. Dangerous, even. Scary. Thank you, Spirit. How are you doing today, Spirit? Yeah, I don't know if this Knight of Swords being reversed, they've kind of like they're dejected, or they've lost. Like at some point they had a reason for to be the Knight of Swords, right? Like they had a purpose or something, right? It being in reverse, this is kind of like somebody who's like, think of like somebody on like a deserted island in the middle of the ocean. This Knight of Swords has like gone full speed ahead the wrong direction so long that now that they stop where they're at and they're looking around, it's like they feel like they're on like a deserted island or something, right? Something like that, where their world is upside down. That that makes sense, right? Everything in their world is completely flipped upside down, right? What else, Spirit? Please, thank you, Spirit. Thank you for being here with me today. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, look at that. Don't miss those. Don't be missing cards now. Ooh, ooh. That's a lot, Spirit. That's too many. Just too many, Spirit. We'll have to tell us more, please, Spirit. Okay. These cards wanted to come out. Got the Lovers. And we have the Nine of Swords. This is weird. Knight of Swords reversed. The Lovers. Nine of Swords reversed. Knight of Swords reverse. The Lovers, right? And the Nine of Swords reversed. Nine of Swords in reverse, right? That's like, I don't want to say throw it in the towel, right? But the Nine of Swords in reverse is like when you, it's a definitely like a cry for help. That's what I think I would call it. The Nine of Swords in reverse would be like you finally kind of reaching out in the darkness and saying, "Somebody, please help me." All right, so yeah, This Knight of Swords in reverse, right? Somebody who overstepped their boundaries, it looks like, possibly. Or, and then with the Lovers, this might be somebody they, family member, uh, friend, right? With the Lovers, right? So like somebody who's been like out of control, okay. But with the Lovers card here, this is somebody that you used to chill with, family member, friend, something like that, right? The Lovers, right? This is with the Lovers. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be, you know, through thick and thin, the ins and outs, the ups and downs, right? The lefts and the rights, okay? The who, what, when, where, how, and why, how this all began, right? In a way, in a sense, right? This person, collective, myself, they want to throw in the towel. That's what it looks like to me. They can't deal with this any longer. That's what I'm seeing. I just felt it too. Tell me more, Spirit, please and thank you. This is a good message so far. I believe so. Please, Spirit. I haven't felt like this in so long. Oh. There it is. Thank you, Spirit. I was way over there. What was that one, Spirit? There it is. Oh boy, check it out. That won't last forever. Something's gotta turn out right. Oh yeah, I remember that album. Gosh. Yeah, anyway, so back to the read. Sorry, guys. Guess who popped out? Hermit. Hermit's here, guys. So surprised. Uh-oh. So this, what is this Hermit? This is Virgo energy. You don't want to mess with the Virgo, right? Don't betray the Virgo, bro. So the Virgo energy could represent, like an investigator, right? Hermit energy could be like an investigator. Could be, it's somebody who is like knowledgeable. Okay, somebody who, think of a Virgo, right? So they weigh the scale. You know what I mean? Like they're almost the judge. They stand back and watch, and they collect evidence. They see, right? They don't take sides. They're kind of like neutral, right? They're not for and they're not against. They just watch and see what happens, right? This Virgo energy is watching the heck out of this Knight of Swords and is seeing them fall apart. And it has something to do with the Lover's card. It has something to do with a friendship or a family, something like that. And this Virgo is saying, you know what? I see what's going on here. Correct? Correct. This Virgo is watching something going down. Oh, look at that. Hey, check it out, man. Ace of Swords. Sorry. Oh, let's change the lighter. Yeah. Ace of Swords, right? So when usually how it pops up, if you got a question and you get the Ace of Swords, Spirit says, "Yeah, you're absolutely right. Thank you, Spirit. I love you, man." So this Hermit energy is keeping an eye on this Knight of Swords in reverse, and because of whatever this is, with the Nine of Swords, they're throwing in the towel because they can't. Whatever this Knight of Swords in reverse, this like tyranny, this destruction, these attacks on someone who is like their family or their friend has got to stop. And there's a hermit, this hermit energy is like watching, and is like it would be if you were the person being watched by the hermit, it would be scary. So this could be law, or this could be somebody who cares deeply enough where they're watching. So if you got, I'm sorry, but if you got the heads up where you knew somebody that you know, like gave you the heads up, like, yeah, I'm watching you, sucker, I'm watching you, fool, you would be scared. That's the truth. This the lovers card. It's not judgment where it's about the family and coming back together. The lovers here is it was about a relationship, a friendship, something like that. Two people coming together to do, like with because this is Archangel Raphael, right? It was like the two of you, collective or myself here, the two of you, guy or girl, doesn't matter, came together to like build stuff, create things, help people, experience life, and it could be a friend, okay? It doesn't have to be a lover, okay? But because of whatever this is, right? Spirit's kind of getting right to the point here. The Knight of Swords is in reverse. Okay, so that's somebody who's not in their North Node. That's somebody who's in their South Node. Somebody who's angry. Somebody who's bitter. Somebody who is attacking. It could be, you know, overstepping their boundaries. As with the Knight of Swords in reverse, they're just doing whatever they feel like doing, which is not cool. To somebody who they used to be friends with, right? Or something like that, right? But they're being watched by the hermit, and so they want to throw in the towel. They're freaking out. Simple, right? Simple, right? The hermit sees the truth. Tell me more, Spirit, please, and thank you. The Ace of Swords is like the truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God, right? And that's how you achieve victory. Is with honesty and truth and integrity. And if you haven't found that, you haven't found truth and honesty and integrity yet, there's still time. You still can change. It's okay. Just put down your sword. Put down, you know, let go of the anger and step forward and ask for help. You can do it. Truth will set you free. Ace of Swords. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Ooh, I felt that. Page of Swords in reverse. right? So with that, with the Page of Swords reverse, it's like they're what they want to just they still are bitter. What else can I say? They're bitter, and it's almost like they can't move forward, right? Think of like say this was like a chess game or checkers or whatever, right? They can't move forward with their move, with their plan. So now they're sitting here like this. They're like kind of like back at the drawing board. They want to tell you like they want to send out a signal, right? See all the smoke here, right? It's in reverse, but they want to think of like they're sending smoke signals, right? And it's see how he's in reverse. So they're trying to say, hey, guess what? You're lucky that you got this hermit watching your back, dude, because there's still smoke, right? They want the smoke. This Knight of Swords, Page of Swords reverse, they want the smoke, if you know what I'm talking about. But they can't move forward with their plan, whatever it is. They want the smoke though. But Hermit's here, thank God. Because I don't think they realize what they're asking for. I don't think they realize what they're asking for. Thank you, Spirit. Gee whiz. Spirit, I believe. What the heck? Spirit said to take all of these cards. Two of Swords. Nine of Cups in reverse. Six of Swords in reverse. Death in reverse. Queen of Swords. King of Cups in reverse. What the heck? And the Chariot in reverse. Okay, Spirit told me to take these cards, guys. So, with the Two of Swords after the Page of Swords, they still want the smoke, but guess what? We know that it's no good. We know that it's a trap. At this point, it looks like this Knight of Sword, Page of Sword reverse, they're sending out the signal like they want to talk or they want the smoke. But we all know with the Two of Swords that we ain't got time for that. And we're not interested in the friendship any longer because you blew it, dude. And this person is exposed for being a chicken ass. Not only are they a wimp, but they're a coward too. This person, who's like talking a big game, whatever they do, whoever they are, they're coming off like they're some kind of tough guy. They want the smoke. We don't want nothing to do with them because we know who they are. They're a loser. They're a coward and a loser. And they're exposed. And there's a difference. There's a contrast between you collective, myself collective, right, and this Knight of Swords who's causing problems, right? Like you look over there at them and you see them. They're over there making smoke. right? Page is still reversed. Look at all this smoke. You can see that. It's clouds on the car, but what I'm saying is they want the smoke. They're making us signals. They're throwing up signals. People see that. They're looking at this guy like, yo, what's the deal? Why are you throwing up signals? Why are you throwing up signs? Why are you stirring the pot? What's the deal? What's the beef? Okay? And who it's directed towards the lovers, right? We have the Two of Swords here. You know, MC Hammer, can't touch this. Okay? Like, Vanilla Ice, 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 Baby. You know, like, whatever else. Right? And check it out. This is what we're being guided to to block this intuitively. And we know that it's in our best interest to walk away, right? Like I said, their pride and the ego got in the way. They want to throw in the towel because they can't handle the heat. Let's just say, right? The heat is on. Uh, nine of cups in reverse would be like they're a liar and they're a fake and they're a phony. Like we see what they were really up to, right? Six of Sword reverse. There's the contrast. People, especially the hermit, is looking at the guy, throwing up the signals, making the smoke, and then they look over at you and they go, no. You know what I mean? Like, because the lover's here with the Knight of Swords in reverse. So the Knight of Swords is attacking the relationship, the friendship, the family. So the hermit's looking at the family, looking at the lovers, looking at the situation. He sees all the smoke and all the issue over here with this guy. But then he looks over at the collective, he looks over at me and says, there's no issue here. What's the beef, right? This guy's exposed. Because why? Right? You expose this person and they're causing issues with you to kind of cover up what they're up to. Okay? Like the underlying issue, the underbelly, right? Like what you don't see is that they're trying to cause problems with you to cover up what they're doing. Death in reverse. The truth is that they are stuck and they can't let go. Death in reverse. Whatever they did, whatever they're a part of, whatever they belong to, they have to continue with the shenanigans. So they got one foot in the frying pan and one in the pressure cooker, and they're stuck basically because they're being exposed for sure for being a liar and a fake and a phony and a coward, but they're trying to hold face in front of like the hermit here, in front of this energy that is watching them like a hawk and sees what they're doing, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so how long can you wear the mask? How long can you pretend that everything's all right? Death in reverse. Death is a natural occurrence in life. Okay? You know, you have an empire, you have a person, you have a place, you have a thing. Things are built up and things come crashing down. What goes up must come down, okay? Just in life, there is life and then there is death. Death upright is time, if you want to use time, or if you want to use a life, someone who grows as a child, grows up, lives, and then they die. It's a natural occurrence. With death in reverse, this is somebody avoiding fate, avoiding reality, avoiding truth. Death in reverse. This person refuses to accept their fate. It's just they're in denial. You would say, in layman's terms, this person is in denial about what they do and what's going on in their life. They need to be sat down. They need to be sat down. Okay, after death in reverse, I see the Queen of Swords. So this, when I see the Queen of Swords, that's Libra energy. Right? Because the Knight of Swords is Aquarius. Okay? Queen of Swords, that's Libra. This is how I look at it, okay? Other readers have a different perspective, but when I see the Queen of Swords, that's an air sign. I believe that represents a Libra. Okay? Doesn't have to be a Libra, doesn't have to be whatever, right? But what I'm saying is we have a Queen of Swords looking at a King of Cups in reverse. So this is what we don't see. This Queen of Swords is looking at the King of Cups like, what did you do? Or what did we do? Right? Air sign is looking at a water sign. So right after so we got the Queen of Swords is looking at the water sign like, what the heck is going on here? What we don't see behind the scenes, right? The King of Cups in reverse. This is somebody who's losing their stuff. They're losing their ish. Emotional, upset, sad, man. Think of, because if you're a King of Cups, you're cool, calm, collected. You're a teacher. You're, a guide people. You're a counselor, what have you, right? Could be even be like a lawyer or something, right? In reverse, you're a scumbag. You're a liar. You're a thief. You're like emotional. You probably drink. You're drinking and you're fighting. And terrible. So we have a Queen of Swords looking at this knight, or King of Cups. Sorry, King of Cups, in reverse. And look at this, the Chariot's reverse. Complete and utter destruction. Their mask has fallen off, and they are being seen for who they truly are. They're an emotional wreck, and they're not going anywhere, dude. Chariot reverse is like, don't pass go, don't collect $200, but it's in the lower arcana, right? The Chariot is 7, right? Yeah, 5, 7. So this is like face value. This is like people are looking at this Queen of Swords and this King of Cup reverse, and they're going, man, have you guys looked in the mirror lately? You ugly, right? And they're like, what are you talking about? Like look at you. You ugly. You mean, you bad, you nasty, you ugly. Chair reverse, they might not even have wheels anymore. Maybe they got the car towed or car accident, something. Air sign and a water sign. They're holding on to the past, but they're exposed. We don't want nothing to do with it, right, collective? No, sir. Tell us more, Spirit, please and thank you. Yeah, they lost their faith. They lost hope. Think of like see how so we have the 6 of Swords here, right? See how he's on a boat, right? It's in reverse, so they're exposed. You, collective, myself, we expose these people. But think, now that it's in reverse, see how the ship is like, I was telling you about how their whole world is upside down. They're lost at sea, right? So if you were a sojourner, if you had faith in Christ, you get lost in the forest, you get lost in the woods, right? It happens. But these guys are lost at sea, right? They went, the Knight of Swords traveled so far for so long in the wrong direction. Now that they turn around, they're out in the middle of the ocean. They're not lost in the woods where they can pick berries, right? They can eat locusts and honey, right? No, these guys are lost at sea, bro. They're lost at sea. Guess what? There's no locusts and there's no honey out at sea. Nothing but salt water. Got me? You know what I'm talking about, right? They're lost at sea, right? And you got the air sign is like, all right, we gotta like, we need to make a you know, we gotta create a mast. You know what I mean? Like the Queen of Swords is like, how do we sail this ship out of, or this boat? How do we get this boat out of here, right? And they're dealing with King of Cups in reverse, who's just like, I don't know. It's your fault that we're out here in the first place, right? And with the Chariot reverse, man, it's like they're not going no place, right? There's no wind. They don't have a paddle. They're just adrift. They're adrift out in the ocean. They have no hope, and they have no faith. They're stranded. Okay. Right? Lost at sea. Out to drift. No wind. No motor. Just in a lousy boat. Drifted out to sea. Try to turn around. What you got? Okay, tell us more, Spirit. Please. The safest place in the world. Got a whole other stack, Spirits. Yeah, here, take it. Got the Devil in reverse. We got the Empress here. 4 cups in reverse. Which could 6 of cups. 7 of pentacles in reverse. And we have the 6 of pentacles. Yeah. Could hold on. Could hold on. No. Escape is never the safest place. Alrighty, so what I see, so the Devil is in reverse, right? So we're taking us collective, the karmic Sweber, right? With the Devil in reverse, we're trying to take control of ourselves. We're trying to let go of the, moving forward, right? The Devil's in reverse, so we have to kind of like snap out of it. Like, wake up, snap out of it, right? We have an Empress here, right? I believe this is collective energy. This is who this Knight of Swords was attacking, and the Empress is Taurus Libra energy. Uh, Four of Cups reverse. So Spirit's going to offer you a cup that you have to take. Okay. It's probably in your best interest to listen to Spirit on this one. Uh-oh. And then with the double reverse, it's not Temperance reverse. This is the double reverse. So you're not allowing these people to take control of your life. Simple as that. You're not allowing the devil to lay a hand on you. You're not allowing these people to control, where you go, what you do. Like, yes, they can attack you. Yes, they can cause problems, but you still choose to be a sovereign soul. You're not going to be polluted by this. You're the Empress, right? Spirit says because you're choosing to be the Empress, you're choosing to take control of your life. They're going to give you a cup. They're offering you a cup, and you damn well want to take this one because it's in reverse, right? Think of the Hangman, right? The Four of Cups reverse. It's not the Hangman, but it's with it being in reverse, is you can kind of think of it like Four of Cups reverse is you're going to be relieved of your duties, and you will be accepting a new mission if you choose to do so, which is with the Four of Cups in reverse is highly recommended. But Spirit gives you this offer to go to do whatever it is you need to take it. Okay, Six of Cups. Okay, so this is definitely, yeah. So the Six of Cups, this is what once was, right? That is no longer. But this is from long ago. This is a memory of when we were together, collective, right? We have people here remembering when we were kids and things like that. I don't really want to get into too much detail about this, but it's basically saying that people that know who you are and know who these people are, right, are waking up and they see the truth. And basically somebody's saying, if you hurt my friend or you hurt my brother, it's not going to be good for you to do that. that's kind of what I'm picking up here with that Six of Cups is, we all come from some place. We all have family and friends, and we care about each other, right? And if one of us gets hurt, it causes concern. So if with this Knight of Swords attacking the friendship or whatever, right? Causing smoke, causing problems, people are starting to pick up that there's an issue in the family or an issue with the friendship, and there's a caution. There's a when you're out on the beach and we have the tide comes in or the tide goes out, we get a rip tide, right? They throw up a flag. Okay, right now we don't have a green flag to go. We have a yellow, we have an orange, saying that if you continue to cause these issues, there's going to be a problem. The flag's going to turn red. If you guys understand what I'm talking about, means that while they're drifting out at sea and that flag turns red, or we're at yellow, we're at orange, when that flag turns red, that means that the ship is going to sink. These two, right, this air sign and this water sign, who are exposed, they're out at sea, They're on the ocean right now, and they're exposed for what they've been doing. We see who they are, what they're doing. Okay, right? If they continue to cause harm, if they continue to mess around, the caution flag is going to turn from yellow to red, and while they're out at sea, their ship is going to sink, if you understand what I'm talking about. You need to stop right now. Because we have loved ones that care about each other. Nobody deserves to go down like that. You want to hurt somebody in your family? You want to hurt your friend who's not trying to hurt you? There's going to be problems, man. Makes me think of a movie. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so show's over, folks. If this goes any further, it's going to be a man-made disaster. Okay? 7 of Pentacles in reverse is it's the work, the project, you know, it's done, it's over, and you have to carry on. Like, you have to move on to like the next project that you're gonna do. And these 2 psychos, trust me, they'll have plenty to work on when they're sitting in jail, right? But you know what's funny though, right? I say that is because it's a 7 of Pentacles in reverse, so what they've been working on, what they've been doing, right, they have to stop. But those 7 of Pentacles, they have to give back. Because what you don't see and what we don't realize is that they need to pay you for what they did. That's why they're freaking out. That's why they're out at sea without a paddle, right? The riptide and everything's pulling them further out to sea, right? And the flag just went from green to yellow, and it's going to turn to orange, and pretty soon, if they don't wise up, it's going to turn to red, and it's going to be, they're going to have to call the Coast Guard to go rescue them. If you understand what I'm talking about. They owe the collective. 6 of Pentacles. Whatever they did, it's a man-made disaster that is going to require a fee. Oh, did you guys see that? That flew out and flew right back in. 2 more and we'll wrap this up, Spirit. Please. Yeah, and then with that 7 of Pentacles in reverse, it's also telling me that there's no they're not going to receive help. There's no more collaboration. You know what I mean? Like, at first it was good because, you know what I mean? Like, nobody got hurt. This is the vibe. It's like, whatever these guys were up to, you know, the lover, like, so somebody was attacking the friendship. They're exposed. They're a liar. They're a fake. They're a phony. They're a coward. Right? We refuse to get involved with this. They're trying to cause beef. Right? We've known each other since back in the day. People don't, like, with the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, is like, there's going to be a line drawn in the sand, right? Back to the beach again. Say we're at the beach, and they say, you know, hey, are you on this side? Or are you on this side? Like, there's not, if you keep going further and further and further, right? It's like, we have no choice but to, like, excommunicate you. You're no longer a part of this family. You're no longer a part of uh, the collective conscience, right? And we had a bunch of swords. We got a bunch of water here. You see what I'm saying? Like we got a ton of swords, right? And we got the two of swords. That's water in the background, but that's collective energy. We are blocking this, but we're cool, calm, collected, intuitively knowing to stay away. Meanwhile, these guys, they're like emotion, and it has to do obviously with these pentacles. The tie that binds us is the Six of Cups from the past, right? Relationship, friendship, same with the lovers. But they're exposed. They can't let go. They're in denial. And they're not going to have help from people anymore, friends and family. And when they realize that, or when they come to terms with that, they realize that yes, we owe somebody, we owe collective a debt. Though they don't want to admit it, there's an issue here, okay? With the six, right? Six of Pentacles means that something wasn't, there needs to be equal give and take here, but it's Pentacles. And that tells me that, again, like when the Six of Cups is here, okay, so this is like from the past, this is memories, but also it could have something to, with the lovers here and the Six of Cups. This is, it could be like a family matter, and they're going to have to come to terms with the Six of Pentacles. You can't have what collective has, right? So you need to leave collective alone, and whatever it is that you took, it needs to go back to collective with the Six of Pentacles. We're not supporting what you do. You're like, and we're drawing the line in the sand, right? So let's say these two do make it back, this air sign and this water sign, say they make it back to shore, even though they're adrift right now out in the ocean. When they get back, there's going to be a line drawn in the sand regardless, right? And they're going to say when they get back on shore, if they even do, right, there's going to be no help. And when they go to step on that line, there's going to be a Six of Pentacles, and they're going to say, give us what you owe us. Right? Some may say they'd be better off just to stay afloat out there, far away, because when they come back to shore and they see the line drawn in the sand, when they walk up, they say, "What's this line all about?" And then we have to kind of set the rules here. We have to kind of set the terms, and we say, "You have to give back what is rightfully ours, what you stole with the Six of Pentacles." Equal give and take. You can't keep taking. You can't keep, whatever it is that you're doing that's caused you to completely throw away your entire life. You're adrift at sea in denial. If they even make it back to shore, they owe you. And people that are aware of the situation, they see through it now. Seven of Cups reverse. I was just saying. So it's the illusion is gone. Seven of Cups reverse. Under the King of Cups reverse. This King of Cups, this Pisces is exposed. We already knew the Libra, the Queen of Swords, was a punk and a poser and a loser. But now this King of Cups, Pisces, we see the mask is slipped. We see who you are. Okay, you're a liar. You don't belong to the family. You never did. You never will. You're better off just staying out at sea. You know, stay out at sea adrift. Because when you come back to shore, you're not gonna like the terms. Last card, Spirit. Ooh, oh, yeah, they're in regret. Yeah, they're in regret, and they tried to defy like what's written in the stars. You know, they went against. They went against. You know, the rules, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have laws and rules and so on and so forth that are designed to keep the peace, keep everybody, you know what I mean, in check. And they acted like they were, you know, invincible. You know, they acted like they could do whatever they want. Ace of Wands in reverse, right, means this is over. It's been over. It's done. Been over since like last year, and they still continue to do this. Ace of Wands reverse. So it's like these guys are gonna be broke and homeless without a like. They're gonna be forced to like. Two of Wands reverse is like they can't make a plan. They're gonna be stuck like that. Like everything's gonna be taken away. King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Maybe this King of Wands is gonna set these guys up. Judgment Room. Yeah, they're all gonna go down because they're trying to attack an innocent person. They're trying to attack the Empress. The King of Wands is gonna set these two up. Yeah, and so it's like it's looking like these guys are gonna get set up because somebody's gonna take a plea deal. I'll just say it like that. Like whatever this is, why they're attacking, you know, on the spiritual side of it, it has to do with the family. It has to do with the friendship, right? And basically, the family is torn apart. Okay, and you know now these people are like exiled, excommunicated, and everything that they did, they're adrift at shore. When they come to shore, there's going to be a line drawn in the sand. If you choose to come on land and you want to come hang out or whatever, you have to pay up. You know, if not, you know you got to go to jail. This King of Wands is going to set these guys up if they didn't already, and they're like the mask is off. There's no. We see who these people are. The Queen of Swords owes money. The King of Cups in reverse is psycho, right? They got without a paddle, nowhere to go. The spirit's not going to work with them. They have no blessings. They have no future, and they're going to have to live like that. Like whatever's left of this broken boat, of this broken home, of this destroyed car is all they have to work with. and they'll be set up by somebody that they know, and further on down the line they'll have to deal with like justice or whatever this is. Somebody's gonna dine these guys out for a lesser. That's what it, because it's like a to be continued, but Spirit kind of gave me the heads up that these people, whatever they did, will be, you know, given up, sacrificed, because these other guys, this King of Wands, and it looks like we got an Emperor over here, right? They don't want to go down for the crimes or the whatever this is, right? And so they're gonna give these two up for a lesser degree. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Right? These guys, these two created all these problems. You know, and now this King of Wands and this Emperor are going like, oh, well, we don't want to, we don't want to go to jail or get arrested for these crimes that you guys committed, right? So they're gonna give these two up. They're exposed, hardcore. The mask fell off this King of Cups. Pisces is exposed as being like a cruel, psycho. Right? And when the dust settles, when the storm's over, all that's left is, right, 2 of Wands. They're gonna walk away with nothing. Right? Because Spirit says you don't deserve a damn thing. Your Ace of Wands is in the dirt, yo. So 1 to the 2, right? Ace of Wands is in the dirt. So then you walk away from the Ace of Wands in the dirt, and you're stuck on the 2 in reverse. Keep walking. Keep swimming. Keep treading water. Right? They're like up to here. This is what it's looking like. They're treading water, right? Because that boat's got a hole in it. And they're using it as a flotation device. And they're like up to here. Bloop, bloop. They're almost underwater, if you know what I'm saying, right, guys? All right. My name's Roy. This is Relentless Roy's Intuitive Tarot. Just another day in paradise, okay? God bless you. Be good, be safe, stay out of trouble, right? We thank God, we thank Jesus, we thank the Holy Spirit, we thank the archangels, the ascended masters, the ancestors, and I thank my past loved ones in peace, love, and light. Take care and God bless. See you on the next one.